I recently made a video about everything that I have inside my tool belt and the tool belt that I just got. But I took everything inside because some stuff was going on with my truck and I had to take all of my tools out. I figured since I already have them inside, I'll try to show what all I carry as a first year electrical apprentice. I definitely have way too much stuff, but this is what I bring on site every day. It's not everything I have. And we'll see if I can get rid of some of this, or justify getting rid of some of this, and make my load a little bit lighter. I carry everything in these 3 mod box pieces. So this one I didn't unpack just because it's a lot. But what I have here is an ugly book, circuit breaker finder, and it's probes over here, extra batteries, all the attachments with this, an extra tough belt clip because I do have one of those that I carry for like small little things. And this magnet is strong. One of the new stud finders from Klein. I had a stud buddy. I ended up giving that away. This is very rarely ever needed, but when it's needed, it's needed. I got spare multi-tool blades over here. This is all my little bits that I don't have cases for. Extra racks of nails, a rack of 10 pennies. Just stuff I found around site that's gonna get thrown away anyway, so I already grabbed it. Normally over here I have this Klein meter. This is the CL800. It's the biggest one they offer, but I got that to kind of hold me over. It was all that they had in store that day, so kind of is what it is. It works. This lead, yeah. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, I blew up that lead a little bit. It still works, but should probably replace that. I don't know if I'm gonna keep carrying this much longer because I just became a real electrician. Finally got myself a fluke. This was on sale at Home Depot. It was about 80 bucks off. Also replaced my volt pen while I was at it just because this thing is too sensitive. I'll take it and I'll be sometimes almost 6 inches away from wire and it'll still go off, which is useful, but when you're trying to actually identify and troubleshoot, that's too much. This is the Fluke AC2 volt alert. This one is always on. So this button just checks to make sure the battery has voltage, but it's always on. And it's not that very sensitive because it's not getting nothing there. It's not getting anything there. But it'll get on the hot probe. I'll get it here. One thing with it, because it's always on, it doesn't have a toner. I know Santronics makes one that does, but I prefer to not buy stuff off of Amazon if I can, and I would rather get a Fluke. But this one is mostly extra materials and all my test equipment. In these two, which I completely emptied out, this one is mostly in my hand tools and a couple bits, and this one is where I keep all my power tools. Both of these are emptied out. Guess I'll start at the bottom and kind of work my way up. So this right here, got myself a square. I got this one for free, like a former carpenter gave it to me. It's been pretty good for layout, and I have used it, but I definitely get looks every time an electrician is using a square. when I bought my hacksaw over there recently, I needed to buy some extra bits with it. This was the cheapest I could get. I was able to get like 20-30 bits for about 30 bucks, so I think it was worth it. I'm trying to downsize the amount of bits that I carry. So this came with this vessel screwdriver, but the vessel bits are not really my favorite. So I have my Bosch bits in here, and I have the standard sizes, and then instead of going with the Torx like they have all the way down, I have the 30, 25, and 20 that I use for some screws, and I also have 2 Allen keys, which are common on Generac generators. I have myself my tape. This one is without the clip, because that broke off. Really, don't buy this electrician Milwaukee tape. It jams really bad, and then it's a lot weaker than its wide blade counterpart that's magnetic. And the only thing that you're really losing is this stuff on the back. Like, you keep the architecture scale, but you don't get this 3-phase and conduit bending references, which that's not a major loss for me. Another thing that I carry is this. I really like this. I like the handle a lot. I don't know if I care too much for this, but anytime that I don't need something tight, I will use this over my Impact, just because it's a lot less to carry around. I started out having this. This is what I walked on day one. I had this and the screwdriver handle that came with it, but it ended up like this has started to wear out and strip. The magnet started to crack a little, so it's not what it was. And this one, I don't know what it is with this one, but this one gets jammed on it so much that I literally have to take my lineman's and beat it off every time. I cannot get this thing off. So I stopped carrying that, and I switched to these Weehaw bits. And I do kind of want a Malco for these, but I didn't want to spend the extra money. I carry this one and this one, the 5/16, and is this 3/8? Yeah, 3/8 on my bag, and these stay in my box, and I only grab them when I have to. Got myself a rechargeable Coast headlamp. You're going to need a headlamp. I wouldn't suggest this one because I've already replaced this once. I had to go to Home Depot and replace it because this wire right here is exposed and isn't really that thick. So putting it like normal use, this wire got pinched and I couldn't, like, it wouldn't stay on. That's one of the few things I actually laid out because I really like these. The Linux carbide blades, they last forever. Definitely worth the money. I tried them out, seeing if they were a gimmick, but I can like spend a day cutting drywall and these are still fine. My knife of choice, this is the Milwaukee Fastback, and it's got the blade storage inside with the all metal body. I do have one of the smaller plastic ones. A lot of my journeymen have that, but I'm not a fan of those. Right here I have my beater. It's survived since day one. Got a mill face hammer, and you can definitely tell. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but it works, and it's better than the Klein, at least for me. I got a stubby. I rarely ever use this, but when you need a stubby, you need a stubby, and there's no way around it. This is a stubby multi, so it has 4 sizes in it. Number 1, number 2, or number 2 number 1, and then quarter, and I think it's like 3/16. This is my 11-in-1. Started out with this day 1. If you have to buy one thing, this is definitely worth it. I do like how this is laid out, the impact, more than the old version, because you have your flathead here, and if you flip it around, you have your Phillips on this side, where it used to be that both of those were in the tip, so you'd have to take this small one out, and you probably end up losing that, and then you gotta buy a new 11-in-1. That sucks. And then the impact capability, it's there if you need it. Really try not to depend on that. I actually switched from this to this one, this flip blade. It's a lot easier to use. It is insulated, which is kind of annoying because insulated drivers, they're a little thicker, but this one, nice and slim. You can reach into most terminals. But they definitely, if they go back to this, they need to work on these tips. This flat blade tip, that's not a good tip. I find myself stripping more screws with this than I need to. But this is what I daily drive now. It covers 90% of my work, and with this and this, I can do literally everything, because I can use this as a normal driver, and I can swap this out. I have every single bit that I need. I don't gotta worry about anything. I have my whirly for whenever I'm doing trim. It's a necessary tool. I can't tell you what you need. It's the best thing for poking into drywall. It's the best. I got a bunch of insulated screwdrivers here. Some of them were given to me, some of them I bought myself. The only one that I say is absolutely essential, this one, a number 2 square, long, slim tip. You need a slim tip to reach some of these breakers. Number 2 square is everything for square D. We use square D almost exclusively, so it's just a necessary tool, in my opinion. I used this one for a little bit, and then I kind of gave up on it. This is my insulated beater. At this point, it's not good, it's not bad, it just kind of is a Milwaukee. I do like this one. You don't need the insulated one. It is probably only useful for industrial guys, but it does kind of push up on this, and then you can flip it out. You got all of these. The one thing I like about this the most is all of these torque bits it comes with. It comes with 4 torques, and they're all security torques. So should be, yeah, this T8 security torques, that is the perfect size for your Ring doorbell. So you don't got to use their crappy little ring thing they come with. I don't use this. I probably don't need to carry it, but this is the combo, like square and flat thing. Got this one for free, so I still have it. I started out with these, just a standard flat and Phillips. They work. I really can't suggest them just because of how that insulation kind of sticks out. If you're going to spend the money on that, spend the money on the extra money just to get this slim tip. You're going to thank yourself later. This is just like the stubby. When you need it, you need it. Otherwise, it kind of just wastes space. But I've needed it. This is my jab saw. I hope I never have to use this again, but that's not going to happen. I definitely suggest the folding jab saw because you can stick them in whatever tool pouch you want. You don't gotta worry about trying to poke through or scratch stuff up. I got 2 levels. I got this Empire 1/2 because I wanted a no dog. It's smaller, it's like more compact. The magnets are nice enough, but I really wish I would have bought the Klein just because this one's gotten a lot more beat up and doesn't seem to be as strong and well built, at least in my experience. Yeah, I prefer the Klein ones. They feel nicer to use. Allen keys, you can't go wrong with this. Has every size you should need, but be careful with this. Generac generators, I think they use this one, but they're so close, like to the bottom, that when you go to do it, you're very likely to strip that out. So actually, with that, I used this ratchet set from Klein. This is about the only thing that you need. It covers everything tiny. If you need something bigger, go get a real ratchet set. Klein's not going to make you a real ratchet set. And it's also pass-through. I did buy the Klein pass-through versions of these, and I returned them the next day. They just didn't hold well enough. You couldn't drive Tapcons the same. If I need to pass through, I'm using this, not this. This is my other tape. It's better. Don't buy this one. Again, don't buy this one. Just a standard DeWalt thing of drill bits. These are my needle nose. I walked in with a full set of insulated tools when I first got on the job. I think I blew this up somewhere. It wasn't bad though. It was just like in the jaws. Yeah, it's like right there. But you don't need insulated tools a lot of the time. And if you do, you want to keep them good. But I absolutely hate this thing with a deep passion. I've never needed a needle nose where I can't use my lineman's. And if it is something that I absolutely need needle nose, there's other ways to do it. I can't justify carrying these things around. They're absurdly heavy, they're stiff, they're absurdly bulky. Maybe I'll like the Knipex ones if I ever bring myself to spend the money on those, because they're pretty slim, they reach pretty long. They're more of a needle nose than this. This is absurd. This is massive. These are my loppers. I really do like these. Some people hate them, some people like them. This is perfect for doing service installs, stripping anything over 6 gauge. You just take it, you score it, perfect. I got 2 pairs of dikes. Again, I walked in first day with a full set of insulated tools. These are absolutely, utterly useless. Yeah, these kind of suck. They're the straight ones, so you kind of can't leverage off of them. And then on top of that, their steel is like just kind of bad. They're already gapping, and that's just from pulling nails. Like not even galvanized nails, just normal nails. The rest of this, the handles are uncomfortable. They wobble. Yeah. I really don't like these. But I got these, which is the Ironworker ones. These, I've literally cut galvanized screws with this. And they work great. They have a little kick on them. I wish the kick was actually on the other side, where I could hold it differently. But this has the angled head, so you can really pry with these. They're like nice. I still like the Knipex ones better. My Journeyman has that. It's just that those are a lot nicer, but this definitely works. And I do like that this is angled. His isn't. These are the linemen's that I carry every day. I love these. They're double dipped. I can't suggest these enough. These are perfect. These are the strippers I use. I still haven't found anything better. They work, but stripping 10 gauge or any stranded with these, it sucks. The stripping holes just don't feel right. I end up having to like cut them with the size smaller and then strip them with the size larger. It's just kind of, they don't feel as tight as they should be. I bought this one on a whim. It's Black Friday. It is loose, like broken in. Came out of the package that way. This, yeah, it's good. It's good. This literally falls all the way open. I love these things. I don't ever use them. And the reason why I don't use them, but I still carry them, is because I can do literally everything with these. And they're the 2000 teeth, but I don't like the 2000 grips. I like the dipped grips. So I bought myself a spare. These are only single dipped, which is why I don't use them a lot. And they're the special limited edition. But if I were to blow these up, not knowing what I was doing, I can replace them immediately and have what I need. I got 2 pairs of channel locks. This one's Klein, this one's channel lock brand. These are kind of like the alligators. I like these a lot more because they pinch with this top one, or these kind of just, you have to have your hand around both. But this one, being 12-inch, has saved me in a lot of situations when running like 2-inch. And then it's just a cat's paw. If you're doing any sort of residential work, you need a cat's paw. Just kind of how it is. They'll save you. Notes for like a punch list or whatever. I don't like having a massive notebook. I prefer to have a smaller one, and that's kind of just what I have. I got myself a Milwaukee supercharger. This one came with this battery, so I got them both pretty cheap. I think I paid like $120 or something like that. Just a normal thing of Klein dipped gloves, and then I have like normal gloves under it right now because it's really cold and I don't want to deal with that. I started day one with these two, both 5.0s. I got the kit for that for like 130, right? Not sorry, 350 for the impact and drill. So like standard pricing. They've kind of started to wear out, but they seem to be holding up pretty good. They just aren't shiny. I love how these behave, how they work. I definitely don't regret buying Milwaukee. The one thing I regret with these is waiting longer to get high outputs. They completely change how your tools behave. They're just so much better. I just got these two things. The vibrator, that's what my company calls them, but it's a multi-tool, oscillating multi-tool, which I still haven't used, but I will soon. I know I will. And this hacksaw. All my journeymen have sawzalls. I couldn't justify getting a sawzall because the price difference with these two together was over $100, and the power for what we're doing isn't really all that necessary. But it's a running joke on the job site that I keep bringing Bauer tools. My last name's Bauer. Yeah, it is what it is. I got my bags here. I just got myself these Diamondback handles. Like Acrobus makes handles, but they're too short, so these are actually long enough that I can wear my tool belt. Kind definitely like these. Worth the money, although I had a hard time getting them shipped. Little bit index. This is why I say I don't need the 11-in-1 anymore, because I can take these, slot them into my vessel, and then I can do whatever I need with them. I like the 19-ounce hammer, Estwing. It's finally started to break in, but this feels right to me. A lot of people like smaller ones, especially in my company. I prefer 19, 20 ounce. This is a Sigmund laser level. I definitely recommend them. I don't like that they're made in China, and it's a Chinese company, but they are really high quality for the price. It was like $100 and it was a Christmas present, so I didn't pay anything for it. If you need a laser level, you don't have a lot of money, this is what all the tile guys use. I would recommend this. And then this is just a bunch of gloves for when you're doing service work. You don't want to be getting fingerprints all over people's walls, and just try to be considerate. This is just kind of what all I run, what all I carry on site. It's a little bit of a mess now. You don't need all this to start, really. Get yourself a pair of linemen's, a pair of good dikes, channel locks if you're in commercial, or channel lock if you're in residential. Just one will do. Always need a level, thing of Allen keys, tape measure, and if you're on a tight budget, get an 11-in-1. If you aren't on a tight budget, get yourself a square tip, long, insulated. I'd say get this flip blade. Definitely get the whirly. Get anything that can chuck impact bits into it. You can get this Klein, you can get this vessel, you can get a Weehaw, whatever, but something that can interchange. And all this right here, that's all you need.